If you're over 60, there's one silent change happening in your body that most people completely ignore until it's too late. Your skin is getting thinner, weaker, and less protected every single day. And it's not just about wrinkles or appearance. Thinning skin is one of the earliest warning signs that your blood flow is slowing down. Your circulation is weakening, and your body is no longer delivering enough oxygen and nutrients to the surface of your skin, which is exactly why small cuts take longer to heal. Bruises appear out of nowhere, and your skin starts to feel fragile, dry, and almost paper-like. But here's what most doctors don't tell you. This process is not just about aging. It's about movement, because the moment you become less active, your blood vessels stop expanding the way they should. Your muscles stop helping pump blood efficiently, and your skin becomes one of the first places where this decline shows up. And that's why two people at the same age can look completely different. One with vibrant, firm skin, and another with thin, delicate skin that tears easily. And the difference often comes down to one simple daily habit that directly controls circulation. And today, we're going to show you exactly what's happening inside your body right now, why your skin is thinning faster than you think, and most importantly, the one simple exercise you can start doing today that helps restore blood flow, strengthen your skin from the inside out, and protect your body from further damage before it becomes irreversible. Because once you understand this, you'll never look at your daily routine the same way again, and you'll realize that this isn't just about skin, it's about keeping your entire body alive, strong and functioning the way it was meant to for years to come. Now here's the part that almost nobody explains clearly. Because when we talk about thinning skin, most people assume it's only happening on the surface. But the truth is much deeper. Your skin is directly connected to your circulatory system. And as you age, tiny blood vessels called capillaries begin to shrink, weaken, and even disappear, which means less blood is reaching the outer layers of your body. And without proper blood flow, your skin loses collagen, elasticity, and the ability to repair itself. And this is exactly why even a small bump can leave a dark bruise, or why your skin might tear from something as simple as scratching or brushing against furniture. But here's the real problem. This decline happens slowly, so you don't notice it day by day, but over time, it adds up. And by the time most people realize something is wrong, their circulation has already dropped significantly, and their skin has become extremely fragile. And this is where movement becomes your most powerful tool, because your muscles act like a second heart, especially in your legs and arms, every time they contract. They push blood back through your veins, helping circulate oxygen and nutrients throughout your entire body. But when you sit for long periods or stop using certain muscles regularly, this pumping system weakens and blood begins to pool instead of flow, which is why areas like your hands, forearms, and lower legs are often the first to show signs of thinning skin and discoloration. And if you've ever noticed your hands looking more veiny, or your skin feeling colder than it used to, that's not just aging, that's reduced circulation. And the good news is that this process can be slowed down and even partially reversed when you activate the right muscles in the right way. Because when you improve blood flow, your body immediately starts delivering more oxygen to your skin, boosting repair, strengthening tissue, and restoring that healthy, resilient look that so many people think is gone forever. And this brings us to the most important mistake people over 60 make without even realizing it. They avoid certain movements because they think they're too simple to matter or too small to make a difference. But in reality, it's these exact small, targeted movements that have the biggest impact on circulation, especially when it comes to the tiny blood vessels that feed your skin. Because heavy workouts are not required to fix this. In fact, for many people, they can even be too stressful or unsafe. What your body really needs is consistent, Gentle activation that keeps blood moving steadily without overwhelming your joints or heart. And this is why one specific type of exercise has been quietly recommended by physical therapists and longevity experts for years. Because it directly targets circulation in the areas where skin thinning happens the fastest. And it does something most exercises don't. It reawakens those small, dormant capillaries and encourages your body to rebuild the pathways that deliver nutrients to your skin. And once you understand how to do it correctly, it becomes something you can do almost anywhere. At home, sitting, or even standing, without any equipment at all. And the people who practice this regularly often notice something surprising. Their skin starts to look healthier. Bruises appear less frequently, and that fragile, paper-like feeling begins to fade, not overnight, but steadily over time. Because you're fixing the root cause instead of just trying to cover up the symptoms. And now we're getting to the part that can completely change how your body feels in just a few minutes a day. Because the exercise we're about to show you is not about strength. It's not about sweating, and it's definitely not about pushing your limits. It's about restoring one of the most overlooked systems in your body, your microcirculation. The network of tiny vessels that keep your skin alive. And the movement is so simple that most people underestimate it at first. But when done correctly, it creates a powerful ripple effect throughout your entire body. And it starts with one key area that controls more blood flow than you realize. Your calves, often called your second heart, because every time they contract, they push blood back up toward your heart and improve circulation everywhere else, including your skin. So here's what you do. And pay close attention, because small details matter. You can do this seated or standing. Place your feet flat on the ground. Keep your posture relaxed but upright. And slowly begin lifting your heels off the floor while keeping your toes planted. Hold for just a second at the top. Then slowly lower your heels back down and repeat this in a smooth, controlled rhythm, not fast, not forced. Just steady and consistent, and as simple as this looks. What's happening inside your body is powerful. Each lift activates your calf muscles, which squeeze your veins and push blood upward. Improving circulation not just in your legs, but throughout your entire system. And this increased flow helps deliver oxygen and nutrients directly to your skin, supporting repair, thickness, and resilience from the inside out. But here's where most people get it wrong. They either rush through it or stop too soon. And that's exactly why they don't see results. Because this exercise works best when done for time, not reps. You want to aim for about 2 to 5 minutes at a time. Once or twice a day, and if that sounds too easy, that's actually the point, because consistency beats intensity every time when it comes to circulation. And within just a few days, many people start to notice subtle changes. Their feet feel warmer. Their skin looks slightly more vibrant, and that constant coldness or stiffness begins to fade. And over a few weeks, the difference becomes more noticeable. Less bruising, faster healing, and skin that feels stronger and more alive. Because you're finally restoring the flow your body has been missing for years. And this is something you can do while watching TV, sitting at the table, or even during short breaks throughout your day, which makes it incredibly easy to stick with. And that's the real secret, not finding the hardest exercise, but finding the one you'll actually do every single day without fail. Now, if you want to take this even further, there's a simple way to amplify the effect without making it more difficult. And this is where positioning and awareness come in. Because when you slightly elevate your legs, even just a little, you reduce the pressure that slows blood return, making each movement more effective. Or you can add gentle hand movements at the same time, like slowly opening and closing your fists, which helps stimulate circulation in your upper body as well, especially in areas where skin thinning is most visible, like your hands and forearms. And this combination creates a full body circulation boost that targets exactly the areas most people struggle with after 60. And again, no equipment, no strain. Just simple, intentional movement that works with your body instead of against it. And the more you do it, the more your body remembers how to move blood efficiently again, which is something it never truly forgets. It just needs the right signal to restart. But here's something even more important that most people completely overlook: the signals your body is already giving you that your circulation needs help right now. Because thinning skin is just one of them. There are other subtle signs that often show up long before serious problems develop, and once you recognize them, you can act early instead of waiting until damage builds up. For example, if you notice your hands or feet feeling colder than usual, even in a warm room, that's a clear sign that blood isn't reaching those areas efficiently. Or if you see your skin taking longer to bounce back when you press it, or small cuts that used to heal in a few days, now lingering for a week or more. These are all early warnings that your microcirculation is slowing down. And the reason this matters so much is because your skin is not just a covering, it's a living, active organ that depends on constant blood supply to stay strong, flexible, and protected. And without that supply, it begins to weaken layer by layer, becoming more vulnerable to injury, infection, and long-term damage. But the moment you start improving circulation, even in small ways, your body responds almost immediately. Because increased blood flow brings more oxygen, more nutrients, and more of the building blocks your skin needs to repair itself. And this is why people who adopt simple daily movement routines often see improvements not just in their skin, but in their overall energy. Because better circulation doesn't just help one part of your body, it supports everything, from your brain to your muscles to your immune system. And this is where consistency becomes the true game changer. Because doing this exercise once won't transform your skin, but doing it daily creates a compounding effect that builds over time. And the people who get the best results are not the ones who do the most intense workouts, but the ones who stay consistent with small, effective habits that keep blood flowing every single day. And one helpful way to make this part of your routine is to connect it with something you already do, like watching TV, brushing your teeth, or even sitting at the table, because the easier it is to remember, the more likely you are to stick with it. And over time, this simple habit becomes automatic. And that's when real change starts to happen. Because your body begins to adapt, your blood vessels become more responsive. And your circulation improves, not just during the exercise, but throughout the entire day, which means your skin is constantly receiving the support it needs to stay strong and healthy. And finally, here's something that can make an even bigger difference when combined with this exercise, hydration, and gentle skin stimulation. Because your blood needs fluid to flow efficiently, and your skin benefits from light external stimulation that encourages circulation at the surface level. Something as simple as gently massaging your hands, forearms, or legs for a minute or two can enhance the effects of the exercise, helping bring even more blood to the areas where your skin needs it most. And when you combine movement, hydration, and light stimulation, you create a powerful system that supports your body from multiple angles. And this is exactly how you start reversing the process that causes thinning skin in the first place. Not with complicated routines or expensive treatments, but with simple, consistent actions that work with your body's natural design. And the sooner you start, the more your body can recover. Because even after 60, your body still has an incredible ability to adapt, repair, and improve. It just needs the right signals to begin. And here's the truth that most people never hear. But once you understand it, everything changes. Your body is not breaking down as fast as you think. It's simply adapting to how you use it. And if your circulation has slowed, if your skin has become thinner, more fragile, or slower to heal, it's not just because of age. It's because your body has been given fewer reasons to keep those systems strong. And the moment you start giving it the right signals again, Even something as simple as this daily movement, your body begins to respond. Because it is designed to survive, to repair, and to improve whenever possible. And this is why people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s can still see real, noticeable changes when they take action, not by doing extreme workouts, but by staying consistent with simple habits that restore what their body has been missing. And this is exactly what you're doing here. You're turning your muscles back into a pump. You're reopening pathways for blood to flow. And you're giving your skin the oxygen and nutrients it needs to rebuild itself from the inside out. But let's make this practical and simple. Because the goal is not to overwhelm you, it's to give you something you can actually follow starting today. So here's your daily routine, once in the morning and once later in the day. Spend just 2 to 5 minutes doing slow heel raises, focusing on smooth, controlled movement, breathing normally and keeping your body relaxed. If you're sitting, keep your posture upright. If you're standing, use support if needed. And if you want to enhance the effect, gently open and close your hands at the same time or lightly massage your forearms afterward. Drink a glass of water before or after to support circulation. And that's it. No complicated plan, no equipment. Just a simple routine that fits into your life without effort. And the key is to stay consistent, because within the first week, you may notice your hands and feet feeling warmer within a few weeks. Your skin may start to look healthier and less fragile, and over time, you'll build a stronger, more resilient body that continues to improve instead of decline. And before we finish, there's one final thing to remember. Don't wait for your body to get worse before you take action. Because thinning skin is not just a cosmetic issue, it's a signal, a warning that your circulation needs attention. And the earlier you respond, the easier it is to improve. Because prevention is always more powerful than trying to fix advanced damage. So start today, even if it feels small, even if it seems too simple. Because those small actions repeated daily are exactly what lead to long-term change. And your future self will thank you for taking that step now instead of later. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments what changes you've noticed in your skin or circulation. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay consistent with these small daily habits. Because your health is something you build every single day, one simple action at a time.